Okay, we are back. We are back. It's been a day since I was working on the lesson, but with the miracle of YouTube, we can just put together more segments right now. So again, a little station break. Chart 432 caged. That's C-A-G-E-D. Half chord positions, open positions, all 7 chords, all 7th chords. Okay? So this is it. This is the wonder chart. How does this work? You have to know this, folks, to make this make any sense. How am I ever going to remember that this is a D minor, this is an E minor shape on the 3rd, the 4th is an E shape? How am I ever going to remember that? You do it with the cage circle. The cage circle. Here it is, the string circle. Okay? So we do it with the string circle, but we're going to go, when we're going up a modal scale, that was it in A. The other one was C. When we're doing that, we're going to skip every other letter in the cage circle. So it goes C, skip D, G to D, skip A to E, so it goes C, D, C major, D minor, E minor, then E major shaped 4th, then we go to G major shaped 5th, skip 1 to A minor shaped 6th, that kind of thing, skip 1 to, now we do 2 of them on the C shape, C half diminished shape, and then C major shape. Furthermore, to make it easy, like how am I ever going to remember all these? How am I ever going to remember this in A minor? And look, over 1 and down 2. Well, the G and the G, the 3rd and the 4th count is 1. So it's over 1 and down 1, 2, and there's another A shape. Over 1 and down 2, there's another A shape. That's not how to remember it. That's just how to find things on the chart. You remember it, look at the C box. The C box is the easiest. Okay, in the C box, C shape, capo, on the E where your E is, C shape C, and then up a pentatonic scale, D minor shape, D minor, E minor shape, 3rd, and then an E major shape 4th. Okay, G shape 5th, A minor shape 6, etc. So you know you're going up. Let's not get lost in the music. Now you're going up a pentatonic scale. Now when we start the G box, where the G shape is, the bottom string shape, we're still going up a pentatonic scale. G to A to C again. Just like we're skipping every other letter. Okay? C to D to E to G again. In the D box, we start on the D shape. Start on the D shape. D shape. D-shaped root, 5, root 3. Okay, now I can either go down here to the regular ones, or we can look at it here. We're going to have to look at the chart for the G minor, but the E minor shape D minor. Okay, that is because we're still kind of in the key of C. No, we're in the key of D there. So it's going to be E minor shaped E minor, right? Because we got capo on the normal E tuning. Then we go to a, now instead of taking it up one and going to an E minor shaped F sharp minor, we're going to play this guy here, a G minor shaped, but it's going to be a half position. Now watch me just whip it off. All you have to do to play it is just play the top part of it. Back to the tonic, to the third minor. Okay, then we would take it to G-shaped, obviously a G-shaped fourth. Sorry for that, my fingernail gets stuck in there. So now we want to stick back to this diagram, G-shaped fifth, A-shaped fifth rather, and then C minor shaped. Now we have to go down here again, and it'll be the D again with the D half diminished shape 7. But let's look at that C minor shape 6 because we need the chart for that. That's why we make the chart. Here it is. 3, 6, root 3. Okay, so normally, let's say we were starting out way up here. 3. Oh, we had to warp up it? No, no. The charts are play them as you see them. I just was lame because my palm was hitting the end of the wood here, and that was it. It didn't want to go up. So I said, well, maybe it doesn't supposed to go, but it is. That's kind of a D shape there at that long E. 3, 6, 3, 5, 6 root. That's an S2L. That's this. Okay. Cut away, cut away, cut away. I'll karate chop this thing. Okay, so there's our C shape half position. It's going to be from, we can play the bottom one or we can play it from the top. We've got the 3, the 6, the root's open. There's our D right there, right? D string, open. 3, 6, root. Then the fifth of D is what? A. But now we're minor, so that's actually, that 5 is actually the fifth of what? Of C? I mean, it's not the fifth of C. It is the fifth of D, but that fifth, okay, let's look at it this way. We're trying to do a C minor. What do we got here? We got root is D. Okay, so it's fifth. The fifth of D is what? It's the 7th of the 6th minor. Aha. Okay? So that's what threw me. Simple fifth of the root tonic key of D is the 7th of the 6th. Notice down from root we go 1. It's 7th down from 6 we go 1, following the scale. 1 scalular drop there. So that's how we would play that C minor shaped 6 minor. So we'll go. Now you know, chord and caged. Okay, now we're not when you want to go down, C A G A G. Now you're going down the pentatonic scale. So it's D shape, D shape. Okay, when we go down the pentatonic scale, D goes to C. Okay, so let's look at something a little easier. Okay, when we want to play the fourth, let's say, so we got a G-shaped fourth. We want the fourth. We want its relative, its natural minor of the fourth is the second. So if we got G shape and we want to go forward, if you go forward one, you're going to its natural minor. Now we're pretending we're in the key of G, but we're not. G's the fourth, but we can do it with chords. We can do it with chords. Still works. G shape, you want to go to its natural minor. You go up one minor, up one letter in the word case, so we go to E minor. So the second is E minor right there. You see how that works? See how easy that is? We can take it to the fifth now. What was our fifth? A. We can do that sixth. That's C sixth. I don't know if I got it right there. Let's look at the scale. Okay, with the sixth, what do we got? All right, here we go. Missing notes. All right, let's not do missing notes. Let's look at the notes. Here we are. We want the C shape. It's going to be 3, 6, root. And what else? What else do we get? We get the seventh. We get the sixth. And we get the 3 again. The 6 is going to be open. So we're playing 3. We're playing the seventh. We're playing the 2. No, root's going to be open. We need root if we're playing that minor there, depending on which minor we're playing. It's important not to play the root sometimes. 3 and 6, but we can do that scale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now we're doing the long scale. Okay, let's find the long scale for the D. Zoom out and zoom in. Right here. That's why I put the long scale here. We're starting on 2. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay? What we're looking at in the D box is pretty much playing like this much of it. So here's our root, root 3, 5. That's D shaped. Then we go to C minor shapes, 2 minor. C minor shaped, 6 minor rather would be the C minor. From a D shape, we're going up a pentatonic, so we're going to an E minor shape, 2 minor. 2, 6, 2, 4, 6, 2, that's it, just these 2 notes, right? Now the third, we're going from an E minor on up to a G minor shape. Now the G minor is the one that you have to kind of do all of them. You have to kind of C clamp it like this. To the fourth, third minor, seventh. You can go to the fifth. It's parent major. Alright, so it's been a pretty good lesson. This is how this works. I can't stress it enough with the cage and the pentatonic. We've got all these chords. We're going to be working on them in the future. Keep watching, and I think you're going to be great.